Hey guys, today's video is about summary of the book of Michael W. Apple Official Knowledge: A Democratic Education in a Conservative Age in 1993. Enjoy the video. Official Knowledge: A Democratic Education in a Conservative Age is a book written by Michael W. Apple, a prominent educational theorist and critic. Published in 1993. The book remains relevant today as a seminal work in the field of critical pedagogy. The book begins by challenging the notion that education is a neutral activity. Apple argues that education is inherently political and ideological, and that schools are not just places where knowledge is transmitted, but also sites where power relations and social hierarchies are reinforced. In this sense, education is a means of reproducing the dominant culture and maintaining the status quo. Apple contends that schools promote official knowledge, which is the knowledge that is sanctioned and authorized by those in power. This official knowledge is often narrow, culturally biased, and serves to reinforce social inequalities. Students are expected to learn this official knowledge and accept it as the truth, without questioning its origins or validity. Apple goes on to argue that this official knowledge is not objective or neutral, but rather reflects the interests of those in power. The dominant culture is perpetuated through the educational system, which reinforces the values and beliefs of the ruling class. This leads to a situation where some students are marginalized and excluded, while others are privileged and advantaged. To challenge this state of affairs, Apple advocates for a more democratic education system that recognizes the diversity of student experiences and cultural backgrounds. He believes that students should be taught to question authority and challenge the status quo, rather than simply accepting the official knowledge that is presented to them. In order to achieve this goal, Apple suggests that educators must be aware of the political nature of education and the ways in which it reproduces social inequalities. They must also work to create a more inclusive curriculum that recognizes the cultural contributions of all students, regardless of their background. Apple's book is a critique of the conservative educational policies of the time, which he argues were designed to maintain the status quo and reinforce social hierarchies. He calls for a more radical approach to education that challenges the dominant culture and empowers students to think critically and independently. Overall, Official Knowledge is a thought-provoking book that challenges conventional assumptions about education and its role in society. It is a call to action for educators to work towards a more democratic and inclusive education system that recognizes the diversity of student experiences and empowers them to challenge the status